Welcome. In this section, we're going to move on from looking at template files and focus instead on the code inside the files, template tags.
Template tags are special functions that let you get access to WordPress content and data. It's also important to mention that they pass through filters, which we'll get into more in the hook section, but I'll also talk a little bit about now. Now, we've seen many different types of template tags already, but let's break a template tag down a little bit further now. Most template tags come in two versions. They have the underscore version, which will echo or display out whatever it is that you want. And then they have the get underscore version, which just returns the data that you want so you could assign it to a variable. There are times in your templates when you might need to echo out something directly, and this is going to be most common. But there are also a few instances, depending on how complex the code is that you're writing, where you may want to get the title instead of echo it directly. Now, we'll look at different instances of when you would use each in the coming lessons, but for now it's just important to know that these two things exist. The other thing we want to point out is that most template tags accept parameters, which are values we could pass into the function to customize what we get out of it. So for example, here we have the title with no parameters wrapped inside h1 tags, and then we have the title with two parameters being passed, which are h1 tags. Both of these result in the exact same outcome. One of the things we'll learn how to do in the upcoming lessons is read documentation for template tags. For example, here's the one for the title, and we can see it has three parameters, something to be coming before it, after it, and then whether or not it should be echoed. We'll learn things about how to check for default values to see if we need to pass that parameter, and we'll experiment passing in different values and seeing what we get. In the case of the title, the h1 opening tag comes before, like we saw, and the other h1 tag comes after it. Since we're not passing in a third value, we're just using the default show. Now, one of the main benefits of passing in parameters rather than hard coding values around them is that we can set up hooks, which we will learn about later on, to control this programmatically. Here's an example of hooking into the title filter. You could see down at the bottom where it says add filter the title that this is going to filter how the title displays. Inside of our code here, WP hierarchy title markup, what we're doing is checking to see if this is not a singular post and it's inside the loop, which means a listing page of some sort. And then we're going to make sure that title is equal to an h2 tag with a link and the title being echoed out inside of it. Notice how we're using get permalink here because we just want to pull in the value to our string and we don't want to echo it directly. This is a good use of get underscore versus the underscore. However, we then check to see if this is a singular page and we are inside the loop, then we're going to echo out an h1. Doing something like this allows us to write the title once and the same in every place, and then depending on what page or place we are in our site, programmatically we would see two different types of titles appear. Now, this is getting a little out of scope for where we are at this point in the course. I just wanted to mention that the reason that we want to use parameters is that we could programmatically control them with hooks, which we will look at a little bit later in this course. Over the next number of lessons, we're going to be looking at various types of tags like include tags, which are part of general tags, navigation and link tags, tags that help with our posts, post thumbnails, generic type of link tags that can also help with posts, comment tags, author tags, category tags, bookmark tags, conditional tags, and sanitization and escaping tags. So this is quite a lot, and we've looked at some of these, but we haven't looked at all of them. Now, there is a lot we will learn about all of these along the way, but for now, I just want us to understand at a high level what is possible.
Now that we have a high-level understanding about what template tags are, let's start diving deep into what is possible with them and which ones are available.